You know, I didn't really feel like making this video or even getting out of bed this morning, but I'm reminded of that quote, "Even the morning after his wife dies, the farmer must still milk the cows." I know a lot of people are doing recriminations. They're like, "Oh, if only Kyle Shanahan did what I said. If only I was the coach of the 49ers instead of Kyle Shanahan, we would have won the game." I was okay, sure. Random guy on the internet, sure you would have won. Sure you would have coached us to victory. I don't want to engage in that stupidity. So here are my top 5 reasons for optimism. Reason for optimism number 1. We have the best quarterback in the NFC. After seeing the numbers he put up in the regular season, seeing how he performed when we needed a game-winning drive against Green Bay in bad conditions, seeing how he performed down 17 in the NFC Championship game, getting the 49ers a lead in overtime against Patrick Mahomes. Maybe you could argue when it was just the stats, you could argue otherwise, right? But now you've got the statistics and the performance in clutch situations. We have the best quarterback in the NFC in his second year. After 2 seasons, he's already the best quarterback in the NFC. I consider that reason for optimism. For the first time in a long time, we have stability at quarterback. That is reason for optimism to me. Reason for optimism number 2, we're gonna win the NFC West. I know the Rams have Puka Nacua, they got Matthew Stafford, but Matthew Stafford is falling apart. He's old, he's falling apart. I'm not scared of the Rams. The Seahawks still don't have a quarterback. I'm not scared of the Seahawks. And the Cardinals, listen, it's tough to rely on a small quarterback who runs around a lot. It's tough to count on that health. So we're going to win the NFC West. Reason for optimism number 3. We are finally going to get to replenish our O-line. After all the picks, I don't want to go over it. We are now finally over it. We're going to get a chance to replenish our O-line finally. Reason for optimism number 4. This might sound crazy, but I think our defense will be better next year. This year, we were kind of stuck between veterans that were injury prone and young players that didn't have the experience. Now it's going to even out. Those vets that had down years are hopefully going to have better years next year, and the young players got more experience. And I'm telling you, if we hit on 1 or 2 picks, our defense is going to be even better next season. Reason for optimism number 5, and I'm going to speed this up because the lawn guy is outside. He's making a ton of noise. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm going to speed this up. But reason for optimism number 5 is the biggest knock against us isn't even a real thing. Like, oh, how many bites at the apple are we going to get? That's what even Nick Bosa expressed that as well. It's something Nick Bosa expressed as well. How many bites at the apple are we going to get? But here's the thing. We're not the Buffalo Bills, where Marv Levy is 100 years old and Jim Kelly is starting to age out for quarterbacks at that time. That's not the situation here. Brock Purdy isn't even in his prime yet. Brock Purdy's not even in his prime yet. He hasn't even had 2 full seasons in the NFL yet. Ayuk's not even in his prime yet. Now they've got playoff experience. Now they've got Super Bowl experience. Jordan Mason, listen, Christian McCaffrey does a lot that doesn't show up. But production-wise, I don't think we'll miss a beat if Jordan Mason has to take more carries. So for me, there's plenty of reasons for optimism. I think there's a good chance our offense is going to be incredible next year. I think there's a very real chance we go into next season, Brock year 3, offensive line improved. I think there's a real chance we're like a high-flying offense next season, and we're putting up crazy stats. I believe that. And we're like throwing the ball downfield, we're putting up crazy stats, and we're right back here again next season with an improved defense, better offense. There's plenty of reasons for optimism. I'm ready to go. You know what? I've licked my wounds. I'm ready to go. And by the way, one reason to feel optimistic about my reasons for optimism is my 80% winning percentage is intact. I told you guys in my prediction video, I told you guys to bet, if I had to bet, quote, my exact quote was, if I had to bet, I would take the over 46.5 alternate line. I didn't tell you to bet on the game. I told you to take the over 46.5. And as far as my pick for the game, that was pretty close. I picked 27-24, 49ers. Sorry I can't control a tipped extra point and the bounce of numerous fumbles. That is beyond my ability. I'm sorry. I'm not Jesus. Sorry, I'm not Jesus. I can't predict the bounce of fumbles or tipped extra points. But other than that, I think I personally am very optimistic about my reasons for optimism.